It's your man Jay Gray's Report. We hanging out here with the Carmel Greyhounds. Now, we got Coach John Hebert in the building. Look, Coach, you're coming off of an 8-5 season last year. You were somewhat young last year, but you got 16 starters coming back. Talk to me about what you're seeing in camp and what you're looking forward to this season.
Well, it's quite a bit different than last year, and we're really happy with these guys from where they are right now. And it started way back in January that they just had a different attitude about them in the weight room, and they seemed to kind of hang out together more than some of the groups we've had in the past few years. And you could just tell they weren't satisfied with last year and the way things ended for us, and the fact that we lost to some rivals here that people around here don't like losing to. So I like to think that we learned a lot of things, and we bring up a lot of those past experiences when we're preparing and trying to get the most out of what we're trying to do. And I do feel like our guys are really open. They know where we're coming from. They know that we're in it with them as coaches, and they're really driving a lot of it too. So when you have a group with experience, you do have a different feeling than when you're trying to teach somebody how to play for the first time.
Well, Coach, you may mention that the guys are having fun. I walked out here on the field. It was a completely different vibe. You guys are having just crazy energy on the field. At practice, at the end of practice, crazy energy. What do you think's brought that on, other than the fact you lost 5 ball games last year?
Well, we pride ourselves on competing, and competing every day, competing with the guy next to you, the guy that you love. We're still competing with him. Sometimes you're competing with a guy that you're, the same spot you're trying to win, and a lot of times you're competing with guys on the other side of the ball, and in the past, sometimes that competition leads to conflict. It leads to guys, developing some bad blood. But with this group in particular, they seem to understand. They're fighting to make each other better, and that in the end, they're teammates, they're brothers. And sometimes you're fortunate to have a group like that, and I think going through some losses really helps.
Well, last year you guys were probably the most disciplined team I saw play all season long, even with an 8-5 ending. What is it about these kids that allows you to get them to follow directions and just be so fundamental, and you can see it on the field?
Well, we've had some consistency in our coaching staff for a while, to the point now where they're older brothers, people they know, and guys that when they were in middle school and elementary school were playing on the field. They'd come to the games, and now they're in their shoes, and we're doing some of the same things that we were doing back then. And so I think the consistency's helped in that our guys know it's now our time, and so they can look. We can show them the film, and we can show them things that have worked. They know that we're not making it up as we go. And I think we're very fortunate to have good kids. I think that the game of football is getting harder and harder, and our numbers are maybe just a little bit down with our older guys, but the guys that are here, they really want to be here. It used to be back 10 years or so ago. You might have a bigger team, but you might have more guys that are just kind of there because it's the thing to do. I don't feel like we have guys that are just here. They're buying in, they're taking notes, they're studying, they're open to coaching, they aren't afraid to put themselves out there and make mistakes or get embarrassed. We pride ourselves kind of on not being embarrassed. Feel free to go out there and be yourself, and if it doesn't work out, you still got everybody here after you. We make mistakes and keep on moving.
What are you looking forward to most this season? It's a new season. You can smell it in the air right now. I mean, I'm going crazy just getting around doing the interviews. You can smell it. Yeah. But what are you looking forward to most, and what are you most happy about what you've seen in camp?
Just more of the same. I want to see these guys come together even more. You look around this league and you look on our schedule, and you just know you're in for some battles where you're going to be in over your head at times. For sometimes no fault of your own. Sometimes you just can't get out of your own way. It's those times when you see these kids and their relationships really solidify, and they're going to do something about it, and I'm just waiting for that moment when that really happens. I feel like we're right there ready for it to happen. Just give us the opportunity, and let's go see what we can do. And it's what keeps me excited every year about a new group is what are you capable of doing, and what's that going to lead to later on in life. You know, I'm proud to be here, really excited about this group, and all the assistant coaches that we have are doing an unbelievable job. So it's just fun every day.
Good.
So much fun.
Hey, what are some of the leaders? Who are some of the leaders this year that you're looking to lean on during the course of the season?
Yeah. Well, I could go all day, you know, and I want everybody on our team to understand that they all have a big role to play, and that you know, sometimes your name doesn't get said, but man, you're really important. Our offensive line is like that. They lead the way, and we got a lot of seniors there. We've got some good juniors too, and young guys. Caleb Schaefer, big offensive lineman, and Thor Kroc, Dom Kate, Sloan Goldblatt, Matt Kleppinger. We've got two really good tight ends and fullbacks, Rhett Williams and Haken Van Banen, and then we've got two quarterbacks that we're really pleased with.
So will you be playing both of them this year?
I think we will, yeah, because we don't know, and we're not going to really know until you get out there. Yeah, and it's only going to make us better. You know, we're not afraid to lose. We're not going to tiptoe around. We're gonna play the game to get better and to find out who we are. And so, you know, in the end, we'll know when it's time. We'll know, and if we don't know, then you know, we'll just keep doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's been one of our keys to success, is that the next guy's ready to go. You know, you play two, and they're both going to be nervous. They're both going to be excited. They're both going to prepare, and then you know, you got an opportunity there to bring both guys along. Great running backs, two really good running backs, and a stable of young guys. But Dylan Downing and Kamari Hunt on offense, and then Aiden Ellison, a receiver that you talked about quite a bit last year. Man, he's all heart. You nailed it on that one. We're excited about him. He's a junior, and then we got Sam Rogers as a senior, and Zach Gish, another junior, and we have a move-in named Christian Williams, whose father's the safeties coach for the Colts, who came to us from Detroit. Really excited about him, and then. Don't get me started about the defense. We got a lot of guys back. In fact, 9 starters on defense, and they're a team that just, you know, they've been through a lot and played a lot of football. And 3 of those guys started on the state championship in 2016. So they're like the elder statesmen around here: Bo Robbins, Nate Fry, Joey Schmidt, and then we got our starting inside linebacker Matt Boyer. We've got Cole Brevard, Brevard, man, is he good? And then both our corners. We've got Tommy Sprates and Matt Fortier, and then we got 2 other corners that are really pushing those 2 younger guys, and then Will Padgett, the other safety, and Ty Wise is another linebacker that ton of potential, getting better and better all the time. So I know I left some guys out, but
that's a lot of guys to lean on, man.
Yeah, it really is, but when you have that many, you know, you should be able to count on good energy when that many guys are being held accountable.
Well, I know there's a lot of expectations with you guys coming back with the discipline you have and having the 16 starters coming back. So the 8-time state champs, people are going to be looking for big things. So I appreciate you spending some time with the Jay Graves Report, and holla at your boy.
Always appreciate you being here. Thanks, Jay.